This is Veronica Caneso, and you're watching TJ Booker on ABC. I mean, FilAm Creative with Rise and Shine. This is Veronica Caneso, and you're watching Different Strokes on the Family Channel.
This is Veronica Caneso, reporting live from the meat locker at behind the Denny's, and you're watching
Rise and Shine.
This is Veronica Caneso, and you're watching Walker, Texas Ranger on NBC.
I mean, wait.
This is Veronica Caneso, and Rise and Shine sucks. Watch something else. Watch anything else. This has been Veronica Caneso, Rise and Shine, FilAm Creative. Don't watch it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time for the season finale of Rise and Shine. So here they are one last time. Let's meet Kayemee and Roni and Rex and Ed.
DJ noises.
Season finale.
We should have had pyrotechnics for that one in our, pyrotechnics in our homes.
I think
production budget. It's called production budget there.
I love it. Well, welcome everybody to the season 1 finale of Rise and Shine. It's a beautiful summer here in July, and we are so happy to be here for, I've lost count. I don't know if this is the 24th, the 25th, the 90th episode, whatever. I'm sure that, and all our love to Jeremiah who edited all of them, but we're so happy to be here. So we thought that since it's our final episode of the season, that we would just do not really a retrospective, but just kind of we wanted to say thank you to everyone who came out to watched on YouTube our shows. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and Facebook and all those great things. But so many highlights, so many great things that we did this season, so many guests we had. Maybe we could start by talking about our favorite moments from the year. So many. We started all the way back in October, was it? Yeah, October.
Yeah, October.
Gosh, Kayemee, how about you? Let's start with Kayemee. Did you have any?
Man. Well, my favorite moments is actually getting up in the morning first and foremost. I'm not really a morning person, so I'd have to thank Rise and Shine and for that, getting me out of bed on a Saturday morning. Thank you.
Kayemee, wait a minute. Can I call foul here? Kayemee, I have so many texts from you at like 6 a.m. on a weekday.
On a weekday, not on a Saturday.
Okay.
Big difference.
I'm like, Kayemee, why are you texting me at 6 a.m? Okay, fair enough. Sorry.
Cool.
What about you guys? I mean, as far as episodes goes, there's always something new. One thing that comes to mind right now is Veronica's Halloween costume. I love that.
Oh my god!
I think that was one of our first ones, so that's very memorable. And it takes time for me. It takes a lot for me just to brush my hair. So when I see somebody like take their time to do something, I'm like, yes.
Well, if it's any consolation, Kayemee, like Veronica doesn't consider herself a morning person. She considers herself an up from the night before person. So that particular day, she's been having that makeup since 3, and she just didn't go to sleep. So she loves Halloween. Weird.
She put in the effort. It doesn't matter what time she did it.
I think that's Veronica's national holiday. I don't know.
Roni, I know we're going to seg to you in a second. You're going to talk about your favorite moments, but how is it being the twin of... Are you the older twin or the younger one?
So I am the older twin by exactly 6 minutes. And it's been really interesting. I think our parents thought that we were going to be more similar because we're twins, but not so much. In fact, it's pretty funny. When I got my hair done this different color, she has a very different style than me, but she wanted to do the same. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, oh, she wants to match with me. No, wait. She probably wants to pretend to be me for some reason. She probably wants to steal my identity. And then I found out that she opened a debit card in my name. So, yeah. So that's just life with Veronica.
One of the things we frequently get in the comments, by the way, don't forget to comment on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube, but one of the comments we frequently get is, will Roni and Veronica ever appear in the same episode, like interacting? I know that Roni put it in her contract that she didn't necessarily want to do that, but...
No, and there's a story behind that. So when we were in the second grade, we were in a talent show together. And we were going to do a little like song and dance to like a Spice Girl song, you know, not to date ourselves or anything. But it was just a complete nightmare. She started doing her own thing on stage, and then somebody upset her and she flipped off an audience member, and we were 7. So since then, we just kind of made a pact not to work on any more performative endeavors. But that might change, because if she wants to keep living here, she's going to have to help me out with some stuff.
There, Rex.
Wow. Wow. It started then. Wow, that's amazing.
Complicated.
Yeah, very.
How about you, Rex?
You know, I think in general, I'm just so happy of the breadth of guests that we were able to get this past season, from filmmakers to actresses to directors to writers to the Baker's Notebook peeps to media people. I was just so happy with the breadth of guests, just so that we can highlight and give them the rise and shine that should be onto them because of what they're doing to our community and stuff. In terms of moments, oh man, there are many moments, but I think one of them was towards the beginning of the season when we had Eric Esteban. Only because there are two things. First of all, because we got him right after the presidential election, and that was just very historic and
happy day.
Yeah, very happy day. And the second thing, because of Eric, how he was, we were highlighting him on I Can See Your Voice, and how we got that story from him. And it was just funny because what's ironic was that he's actually a pretty good singer, but yet on the show, he had to pretend to be a bad singer. That was just the funniest thing I've ever heard, because like, I know how talented the guy is. The guy could sing. And I know because, I co-produced a play with him. And so it's kind of like, you have to play a bad singer? That's what Fox told you to do? Wow. So that was just really funny. I guess another moment was the Boba episode, because just of the fact of the guest really getting into the boba drinks, that was just a sight to behold. And never seen anything like that, never experienced anything like that. It's like, it's to the viewers, it's like watching that old I Love Lucy episode when she was trying to eat the chocolate and trying to save the conveyor belt. It was just kind of like, it just degenerated and just it was just,
I don't think I made one drink and then everything
and
was
you were
cool.
gone.
Is that what happened after that? I had a beautiful dream afterwards.
I know that, and shout out to Alyssa and Ariel, but
yes,
I think Roni stole the show that day, and she did have to do double duty because she, she's obviously one of our co-hosts, but she also had to do the recipe, and yeah, she really.
It was just a classic episodes, and hey, that's how we celebrate National Boba Day. So
with alcohol.
And of course, when we do get together in person, yes, when we do celebrate it, we'll really do it up in style, as I said. But yeah.
Well, one of the things we had talked about was, to our viewers, one of the things we talked about when the cameras turned off, when the Zoom camera turned off, was it would be kind of funny if we could get all of our Kulinary Kusina guests in one episode, like a Thanksgiving episode. Like we could have Mia and Stacy and Kat, and
we can
Alyssa
finally
and Ariel.
eat those baked goods.
Yeah, we could eat the baked, so they would have the food covered, we'd have the drinks covered, and we would all, Rex and I would have to stay sober to host the show, but Roni, you could enjoy.
You can watch the degeneration happens again.
I know the degenerate, exactly. Rex has a new hashtag for us, the degeneration of our
Hashtag
episodes.
degeneration, yeah. And then one of the last things I love about Rise and Shine, and I agree with you, Kayemee, having to get up on Saturday mornings, and this will speak to the genesis of where this came from. We will talk about that later, but
Yeah.
I agree with you, Kayemee, on that. It actually, I think in this crazy year, it gave me motivation to get up on a Saturday morning because I knew that we weren't going to do this in person, but we were at least touching the community and connecting to the community out there. So that gave me motivation to get up on a Saturday morning, even though you don't want to get up on a weekend. But I just love how Rise and Shine has like really evolved throughout the season alone. Ed and I never thought that because of Rise and Shine, we would get the Culinary Kusina segment, but also the 13 Things segment. That came out of this. So it's kind of like, because of this program, we've touched upon, not only do we get to know the guest in a different light through the interview, but also through 13 Things, but also get to, reach out to the guest in terms of their culinary skills. Because, Filipinos and food, who loves that?
Yeah.
Right. And so we just want to, highlight that culinary ideas with our guests and stuff. So
absolutely.
Here you go.
I think for me, what I'll remember the most about season 1 is just being inspired every week. Learning so much information from our guests, and so many of our guests are activists, and they have a lot of strong beliefs about community and and equality, and I just enjoyed learning a lot of their political and social beliefs and stances, and I found that very inspiring. I mean, we're all, everyone on this show is in a creative endeavor, and so I think that part of being in a creative endeavor is that you need to be inspired, and you need to continue to expose yourself to people who will do that for you. And like I like to think that that the guests that we booked were very informative, they were very entertaining, they were very educational, but they were also very inspiring. And obviously we had a lot of big name guests, like John Briones comes to mind, but we also, I think we really put a Rise and Shine spotlight on a lot of folks, like authors, cooks, who just, they might not have as much notoriety, but they definitely had a lot to say, just like the filmmakers who we spotlighted. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the inspiration that I got. I mean, I always felt like when we turned off the Zoom for the day, like I always kind of felt good. I mean, not to sound corny, but like I would have like this good intrinsic feeling, kind of like Mr. Rogers. Shout out to Mr. Rogers. It's such a good feeling, you have a good feeling because whoever the guest was, I mean, I really feel like, and again, I've lost count. I know Jeremiah knows the count because he edited all of them, but I feel like every episode was a home run. Like every episode had something entertaining, informative, and just inspiring. So, I mean, to me, that's probably my personal highlight. I mean, maybe it's a cop out because I can't pick one, but just the feeling of every episode. And I mean, I hope our viewers felt that too, and I appreciated that they sat down with us for about an hour each episode. They're getting shorter, we promise. But so that would be mine. And to your point, Ed, and I'm sure Roni and Kayemee, you would definitely attest to this, that when the quote unquote Zoom cameras went off, we had some of the best freaking conversations after the episode. Seriously, It was really, and that's the mood, and that's just part of the feeling, because after the guest has told their inspiration, sharing their inspiration on why they're doing what they're doing, when we turned those Zoom cameras off, that was some of the best conversations that we've ever had, because it's kind of like now we're in a shared, we're in a shared space that we know that we're on the right path to something. And our guests stayed too. Like sometimes we'd have to kick the guests out. They
exactly. Yeah.
You guys can go.
Can
you
I
don't
stay
have to hang
too?
out with us. Yeah.
So like the friend, I mean, a lot of the guests, obviously this is full disclosure, obviously to start a show, like we had to have a decent Rolodex. There's an old term. a Rolodex
Yeah,
of
no,
guests we
really.
could pick from. But like, we got to make a lot of new friends, and yeah, like they all wanted to stay after, and like a lot, like, we start rolling at about 10 a.m. and we always ask the guests to come about 9:30, 9:45. But yeah, to Rex's point, like we rarely started on time because everyone just wanted to hang out.
We started on Filipino time.
Exactly.
We started on
So,
CPT.
yeah. So, and Rex, you had alluded to that, and I apologize, I skipped over on my notes, but yeah, like a lot of people want to know like how we came to start Rise and Shine. Rex, do you want to maybe start the
Well,
ball on?
I think this really started off an idea that is not even related to Rise and Shine, because Ed and I talk. We go to a lot of meetings as board of directors, and every time we have a chance that we have a chance to talk after the meetings are over and stuff, Ed and I started a discussion about just doing a music podcast, a regular music podcast, because Ed and I have just this shared knowledge and passion for music. I coming in from both the music background, but also the music supervision world, and Ed's just has this big old passion for music, and he and I play instruments. Now, there's not something a lot of people know about. So we just if we were in a FilAm Creative meeting, yeah, they would take some.
Rex and I play. The funny thing is that Rex and I play the exact same instruments, and he plays all of them better than me. He plays the piano better than me, the clarinet better than me, all the saxophones better than me. The bass, he absolutely plays better than me. It's a clean sweep.
Yeah, we were supposed just to do like a regular music podcast, and one of the ideas was, hey, let's do a podcast on all the songs that have been in public domain, that just came on public domain here in the United States. And I went ahead and did the research, and yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds of songs. But you know why? Because I've got direct access to the Library of Congress and what they release out on an everyday basis. So yeah, we're supposed to do that. But then this time last summer, literally, as we were in the middle of the crazy pandemic year, Ed and I then started to figure out, well, how can then we connect what we do as FilAm Creative? Because we were trying to figure out how to do programming. We were trying to figure out how still to be creative in a pandemic year. And so this idea kicked around, because I noticed that a lot of Zoom events, especially in the community, were done at night or late afternoon because they were doing a fundraiser or they were doing a panel or whatever they were trying to program. So I said, you know what, let's be different. Let's do something that's a Saturday morning, and we don't care if people are partying up. Well, you couldn't party up back then, but
No.
we didn't care if people were partying the night before or whatever like that. So let's just do a Saturday morning program called, we were trying to think of names. Rise and Shine was the obvious one. And let's just still stay connected to the community and see what kind of guests we can get, and see what happens. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know, all I knew is that Ed and I are both organized. And so it's like, okay, if we can keep this organized and try to keep it on path somehow, then we'll see if we have a show. And lo and behold, when we were able to get our first guest to be freaking John Briones, it's kind of like,
he was our first guest. That's right.
I was like, we made it, y'all.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and Ronnie and I were chatting last night. I think Kayemee had already left. We were having like a late production meeting, and Ronnie, like one of the things that I always said about Zoom, we had a podcast. FilAm Creative had a podcast before this, Voices, which to their credit had much better production values.
Oh yeah,
they had a set. They had a lot of great things, and one of the things that I always argued, we're like the indie band, because we don't have a set. We're just here in Zoom. But Ronnie brought up a great point that because of that, she felt, and I didn't even think about it, Ronnie had said that the guests feel so comfortable, they feel more intimate because they're in their own living room. Like John Briones was eating cereal.
Yeah, he's eating breakfast with his daughter. Yeah. Talented daughter, by the way.
Exactly. So that, and obviously, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that keeps the costs way down. That You know, we don't have to fly anybody in. We've had guests from the Bay Area, which is actually Davis. And, you know, we've had guests from New York. We've had guests from San Diego.
Yep.
We're having a guest from the Philippines. We have, and by the way, we have a lot of stuff for season 2 coming up. But yeah, and, you know, obviously, if we were doing this in person, that's going to be a logistical and a financial nightmare that we don't have to do. So Zoom kind of forced us to be creative. And, you know, so that, I mean, I really appreciated that. I loved that Roni made that observation that I didn't even think about, you know, but yeah, we did that. And then of course Kayemee and Roni joined our family. We had we originally were going to tape live and we still do tape live. We do. And shout out to our few, I think we have about 10 today, about 10 folks today who are watching us live. But we knew that most of our viewers watched us on delay on YouTube, so we started to promote that a little more. But you know, so Kayemee was originally going to be the live hype person for that, and then Roni was originally just going to do the segments for FilAm Creative, like promoting what was going on. But then Roni and Kayemee had such a great chemistry and rapport, and it just kind of created this cool round table. So then we were like, you know what, why don't we just have a, you know, and sometimes it can get crowded, but you know, because we're all friends, like I think it's a nice conversational dynamic. We're like I think a cousin of mine said, so you guys are kind of like the Filipino View, is that what you just kind of, and I was like,
maybe less arguing. Every time I watch The View, they're always arguing, so I'm like, we're not like that.
Can I
don't know if I've ever had an argument with any of these. Well, maybe.
Can I be then Anna Navarro of The View?
Anyway, oh my gosh, we're playing that game now. Hold on, I gotta like Google the cat because it changes, right? And
yeah. Anna Navarro, I love her to death. Anyway, I love her.
But we just have such a nice rapport that, you know, we decided to stick with it, and you know, and then Veronica joined our family. That was interesting. Is she here today, Rex? I don't think
you know, I hope not, but I mean, hey, who knows? Season finale, who knows at this point? But you're right, Ed. You're totally right. When Roni and Kayemee came on board, the first thing, the very, very first thing that I noticed personally was just the instant chemistry. And you know, I'm always about letting things evolve, because that's just, you know, it just what makes things better in the long run. And so we just said, you know, let's see where it goes. And that's what I think I love about this show, is because we just let it evolve. We let it just go into places that, you know what, we're not constricted. We're not, you know, you're right, Ed. It's like we're the indie band. We could do anything. So, you know,
we're a lo-fi band, exactly.
We don't belong to a label, so
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, except for FilAm Creative, I guess that's the label.
Yeah, FilAm Creative Records. There you go.
No, this will be an inside joke to Ed, but yeah, FilAm Creative is the umbrella. Sorry, I'll tell you the story, Roni and Kayemee, later.
But yeah, I mean, like, I've enjoyed the evolution. I mean, I wish we could share the notes we had from the beginning. We had I had this idea that we were going to have a professional wrestler cut promo every week,
and we still might do that. We still
tell the story, Ed, of how we did the test episode.
Yeah, we had shot a couple of test episodes, and what we wanted to do was,
you know, and shout out to Manny Mars.
Yes.
Roni's partner is a professional wrestler, Manny 2 belt. And,
Manny Mars.
I'm kind of mad at him right now because he's only Manny 1 belt, and he'll be a season 2 guest, by the way. But we had talked about having a wrestler come on and do a promo, you know, like, you're gonna watch Rise and Shine next week on pay-per-view, you know, like something like that. And I think we just had trouble finding enough.
I kind of like how you did that, Ed.
Well, you know what?
Ed can do a promo. Ed can do a promo real good.
Can I put this out to the universe then? If we're gonna have wrestlers do promos, so maybe for season 2, I'll put this out to the universe. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, if you ever get a chance to watch this little program of ours, if you can do a promo for Rise and Shine, that would just be the ultimate. You are such an inspiration to me and to probably everyone else here in this program. But if you could do a promo for Rise and Shine, please.
And you know, he lives in our backyard. Stone Cold Steve Austin lives in Marina
Yes.
Del Rey.
Stone Cold.
Yes.
He's about
Yes.
5 minutes from me, and I keep seeing these posts where he's like at the Trader Joe's in Marina Del Rey, and I'm like 2 minutes from there. Like, why have I not run into this guy?
Why have you not just started hanging out at Trader Joe's?
Exactly.
You're hanging out in the wrong aisle, Ed. You're hanging out in the
getting
wrong aisle.
groceries delivered. So
yeah.
we would. But yeah, like, I mean, that was one of our original. I mean, we just had all these weird ideas that, and you know, maybe they'll all come to fruition at some point.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah, I mean, you know, and that's kind of what Rex said. You know, just the evolution of the show, and getting our guests. You know, and you know, one thing about our guests that I love is that I feel like we do ask good questions of our guests. Like, our guests really get a chance to elaborate on their stories a little bit more. It's not as a canned interview where it's just so quick, like a 5-minute, what's your new movie?
Yeah.
What's the inspiration?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. And where can you watch that movie? Okay, great. And let's move on to the next. You know, like, we only have one guest per episode. We don't do, you know, it's not like the Tonight Show where we have like 3 or 4 guests. We just have one, and we spotlight the one. And probably because we can't afford to have too many. But you know, like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we have a really nice platform for any guest to come on and really share a cool story, and they're not inhibited. I mean, you know, the episodes are really long, but you know, so
no, but you know, it's just to our point, Ed, when we talked about the concept for the show. It's just that we're giving Rise and Shine now to the guests that are plugging their current projects, and you know, we always ask for, you know, what they're working on, so that we want to make sure that we have that nice relationship with the guests, so that, you know, we always tell them they're welcome back anytime to our little program, anytime. And I think case in point was the Olympia 2 guys with AJ and Patrizio, because
Patrizio's a two-time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we knew that we wanted to get them before their Hawaii premiere, when the film did their very first screening in Hawaii, but also when Patrizio came back the second time, as he was talking about his mission to find the fried apple pies at McDonald's
in the DFU,
the deep fried universe. But yeah, we wanted to, you know, kind of keep that relationship, especially where the movie is right now, because it's making the festival circuit. And so we always want to try to keep in touch with our guests after their initial appearance on our show. So that's just one of the things we love about our guests.
Couldn't agree more. And I hate to do the cheap plug, but we are poor people here. So if you have enjoyed this episode and you enjoy all 75,000 episodes we've done before this, please consider giving a few quid. Please consider giving a few dollars. I'll bring back a joke we did the first few episodes. Please consider opening your window and yelling out Kayemee's name.
Yes, that's right. Oh my God, that's right.
Joke. Exactly. I'm dusting off the old material today.
Oh boy.
Please consider giving to Rise and Shine. We're at FilAm Creative on Venmo. We would love to have your donations, and we appreciate it.
All right, we are back, and you know, Kayemee reminded us backstage that when we were going around and talking about our favorite moments from Rise and Shine, Roni was only talking about Veronica. So even though Veronica's not here, she's hijacked poor Roni's screen time. So before we get to our next bit, Roni, what are your favorite parts from Rise and Shine season 1?
I know. I keep living, even though I'm the older one. I'm always in her shadow. You know, it's actually funny because in a way that me and her are very opposite. You know, also being the executive director of FilAm Creative, I feel very close to this project. So yeah, a little bit of backstory on my part. Like, yeah, I was only supposed to come on and like say a few things, because I don't know if people know this, but your girl's busy. Being executive director is just...
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
I had no idea how I was doing. They don't give me reviews. No, was that a company? Like a lot of people, when I tell people FilAm Creative, it's all volunteers. And we just do this because we love creativity. We love fostering creativity, especially in our spaces as Filipino Americans, AAPI Americans, POC Americans. Like, it's no secret that we're underrepresented in the media, and to find, and like when Ed and Rex approached me about doing this, like I said, I was on like I was really busy. I'm like on an email, I'm on a text. I'm like, what do you guys want to do now? And then they gave me, I was like, we already did this. We did another podcast. They're like, no, a new podcast. I was like, oh, okay.
A lo-fi podcast.
A more lo-fi one. I'm like, ooh, all right. Let me see.
And so they approached me about doing this, and I was like, really, I was being very busy and not being, same as Kayemee, not to being a morning person, but to a bigger degree. I don't even like waking up early on the weekdays, ever. So when I first came on, it was just kind of like, okay, we're gonna do the thing, and then I ended up having a lot of fun with you guys. Like it ended up being like so fun, just like hanging out with friends. But we're all we all have a little bit of a background, so we like this type of thing. We can do interviews. We can speak in full sentences and not cry on camera. So,
it's and so bringing the community together and then lifting up the community is like so important, especially as the ED. God, I think some of my favorite moments here, in the very early episode. Okay. So a little bit of a thing. I don't know if you guys will check, and I don't know if you want to do this in post, Jer, but we take a break in between the seasons, and I started watching like the episodes back, and it's so early in the morning, like you, Kayemee. I don't want to do anything with myself, and so I'm just like, no makeup on. I'm probably like just wearing what I slept in, like, oh my gosh. And then I saw a scene, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm feeling so much pride in this show, and I want to show up for the guests. Like I'm gonna start doing a little bit more with myself. So just kind of using that, like being there. And then gosh, what was a really good one? Oh, of course, every person who came, Diane Paragas from Yellow Rose, like I just saw Yellow Rose too. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And it's weird because we're meeting a lot of these people for the first time just over Zoom. Like,
that's right.
We weren't friends. And still they gave us their time. They gave us their sincere answers. And they really took our show seriously. And so thank you, John. Thank you, Yellow Rose. I actually met John before, but he probably doesn't remember me. And then but I do also like when we get like our friends on, because I always say this about FilAm Creative, we may not have the flashiest signs or the most swag at our table at the conference, although we can if you drop a donation in our Venmo.
That's right.
At FilAm Creative.
At FilAm Creative, but we don't always have like the nicest table to show up in, but people tend to flock to us because I think because we look like we're having the best time, because we know everybody. They come table, they come hang out. Even if they don't know us, they're like, what is this? Do you validate parking? And we're like, no, but you want to hang out. And like Patricio and AJ, oh my gosh, they're so awesome. I think it ended up in the episode. AJ just had his baby. He just had a baby.
That's right.
And
the
then
debut.
It's so adorable, and just to see his family like expanding, and then you got Patricio on the side being like super uncle, just like, oh, hi baby, hello. It's through the camera, uncle, calm down. But no, that was me too. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cute, she's so precious. And then Dexter Adriano, the editor from Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah.
How high profile are we? We got the editor from Cobra Kai before season 2, the season he worked on.
And he did remind me that you cheated in a tag team to beat him in Karate Kid.
That is correct.
I did.
That is
Shout
correct.
out to Shauna, our number one fan. Me and you took that competition, girl. It was exciting, and like just to kind of see that like all pan out, it was like really fun. And then of course learning from other people like Justine I learned about we learned about like land acknowledgement and some like real awesome stuff that I'm super into. I can't wait to like hang out with these people in person. So we got some really good stuff coming out, guys.
I feel like, and Ronnie, to build on your point, I feel like every guest we had, like the only reason we stopped rolling was because it's like, God, we've been talking like an hour and a half already. But I feel like all these guests, we could have easily gone another hour. And because they were so interesting, they were so engaged, and we were so engaged. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, the cameo of AJ's daughter, Raisa, was classic. Mm-hmm. That same episode, why Patricia had to go because he had to play video games with his
because his son
wanted to play video games.
His 4-year-old was literally pulling his chair away.
You see Patricia in the shot, then you see his chair like, hey, where are you moving to?
Like, it's time.
Like, I guess I gotta go. Oh, and then at some point he has his son, like he's carrying him and he's like, oh look, you're a baby now, and his son's like, no, let me go.
It's like, let's play video games.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Who are you talking to? Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's just those little moments. That's what I love.
It felt like a family. It felt fun. So I didn't mind waking up too early for this.
Sometimes we roll a little later anyway. So
we run on that CPT for real.
Well, we're sorry we skipped over you originally, or actually Veronica. Where is Veronica? She should be the one apologizing.
She should.
But we are glad that we got to hear your thoughts, because your thoughts are important. And Roni is an outstanding executive director. She's in her 2nd year. We certainly hope she will come back for her 3rd year. And we just want to remind you that she's the executive director of an organization that will celebrate its 12th birthday later this year. Please, please, please consider donating a few dollars to our Venmo at FilAm Creative. Thank you, by the way, for everyone who's been doing that.
Oh man, like I gotta circle it back and thank the FilAm Creative e-board. Like, what would I do without you guys? Like, not only Rise and Shine is under the umbrella of FilAm Creative.
Umbrella, that's the password today.
You really love that copy, don't you?
Oh yeah, that's the secret word of the day. We're under the umbrella of FilAm Creative, and there's a lot of people working behind the scenes to help this show go, even if they're not on the show. So you got to thank my e-board, Nikki, Raquel, the digital team who helps promote our show every week.
Thank you, guys.
I get the texts that's just like, let's get the post up today. So Nina pulling double duty for us, being a guest and
so much.
Being part of the FilAm Creative family, and then Kirby, who makes our beautiful graphics, and
she designed the logo. Like, what a freaking boss. And last but definitely not least, the vice president of FilAm Creative, my right arm, my left arm, my brain, Ia Baklagan. She keeps it. I'm not, unlike Ed and Rex, I am not an organized person. Like, sometimes when we have like these I can't believe you let me be ED for this long. Sometimes when we have these meetings, like we'll go to do Rise and Shine, and I'll just like, they have notes, they got time codes. I just pull up. I'm like still putting on makeup like in the thing. And they got it on lock, and it just like, and same thing with Ia, you keep us all in check, and what do we do without you? So thank you. They're my team at the back, and of course everybody who supports FilAm Creative, everybody who watched anytime we ever done. We got that good content to uplift the community. So thank you guys.
The saying is it takes a village. And, obviously, Rex, Roni, Kayemee, myself, we work very hard, but we appreciate our friends at FilAm Creative, our executive board, and also our fellow co-board of director, Walter Boholt, for their support from season 1. So thank you, Roni, for recognizing them. And my
gosh, Walter Boholt. Sorry, Walter. I love you too.
Oh, it's all right. Shout out to our brother Walter.
Yeah, brother Walt, who you hear him in the credits. He's Walter Boholt.
I'm Walter Boholt, and I'd like to share with you our mission statement of FilAm Creative. FilAm Creative.
Oh my God! Please keep that, guys. Red. Guys,
Yeah.
sorry, I want to do this one last shout out. Y'all, Ed, Rex, and Walter have been working with FilAm Creative for the last 12 years. And when I came on to the FilAm Creative project as a whole, like I just started like meeting them, and it was a little like it was a lot, but you can tell that they're really giving up so much of their time and effort for an organization like FilAm Creative. Like it's real. Also a good episode to check out on you can when you do the Voices podcast is FilAm Creative success stories. So what was that, Ed? If you're interested in joining the FilAm Creative e-board, you can also hit us up anytime. Come work with us.
You can hit us up on our Gmail account at filamcreative@gmail.com. You can visit our website at filamcreative.org.
And you just need to put that you're interested in learning about what we do, or that you're interested in helping Roni, who needs a lot of help. And so she would appreciate that, and we would appreciate that. So please, please, please consider that, because we do have a lot of great things, as Walter says in his awesome promo. So thank you, Roni. My thank you is only to one person. And not that there's not a ton of people we need to thank, but there's one person who's always behind the scenes, and he's very camera shy. So I feel like we really need to bring him out. So I don't care if he doesn't want to come out. Jeremiah Castro, our post-production supervisor.
Yes.
Love this man. Kayemee introduced us to this fine human being several months ago.
Yes,
and
I climbed mountains and swam the ocean.
Exactly, and it was a match made in heaven.
Through snow, through sleet, through wind.
Through the grapevine on the 405.
We are so grateful. You know, a while back I shot a movie that not a lot of people watched, but when I was making that film, I learned very, very quickly about the relationship that the director and the editor have. And as the guy who ends up doing a lot of post with Jeremiah, I just greatly appreciate the rhythm that we've developed. And he really takes what we do so seriously, and we appreciate his time and effort. And we know he wants to come back for season 2. We're very grateful about that.
And we are totally going to go to his new home in the Bay Area and hijack it. Veronica's probably hiding in the closet right now. But Jeremiah, you have to say some words to us right now. And because you're the editor, if you don't like what you say, you can just take it out.
Thanks, Ed. I mean, yeah, like this has all been such a great experience. I'm so happy to have been like a part of this whole thing. Like me being in the background, you guys are the ones that breathe life into this show, you know? So it's been a great opportunity to, you know, be a part of the show with you guys. It's been so much fun.
Thank you. And
you know, a running gag that we have with Jeremiah, and again, put it in the comments, but Jeremiah is a Pete's coffee fan. I am a Phil's coffee fan. So all of our viewers in the Bay Area exactly. If you're in the Bay Area and you like Pete's better or you like Phil's better, put it in the comments, because Jeremiah needs to know that it's Phil's. It's Phil's.
It's a straight up turf war over here for you guys. Like what is it, West Side Story with the Pete's versus Phil's? It's like,
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, Jeremiah, we're so grateful.
Yes,
I
thank
think
you.
there's a donation website now called Buy Me a Coffee.
Is there really?
Buy me a coffee?
So somebody told me about it.
Okay, we all need to buy Jeremiah like 50,000 coffee.
oh yeah. Jeremiah spends, in case for people who are editors or people who are not editors, Jeremiah spends hours upon dozens of hours staring at our faces, like making sure we're not doing anything weird or saying anything weird, or like just doing the damn thing. And we're always like, well, we're so thankful of like all the work you do, Jer Bear. Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing it.
And letting me call you Jer Bear.
Real life.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll
we
have to
are
party.
eternally grateful, and
Yes, for sure.
We
Yeah,
just
thank you,
appreciate
guys.
having you on the show. All right, so thank you to Jer Bear, and please, you know, and also, by the way, Jeremiah, where can aspiring filmmakers find you online, because everybody needs a great editor, and you need to pimp yourself. You need to promote yourself. So please share with us where we can learn more about the great work that you do.
Yeah, if you guys go to largearcfilms.com, you'd be able to find me.
Okay, and since you're the editor, Jeremiah, you totally have our permission. Like, just put it all over the screen. Large.
You got it.
Yes, you can put it,
Like, make it
500 point font,
That's going to be he's going to email Kirby and be like, okay, so for this title card, it's going to be Rise and Shine in about 12, but Large Arc Films as a clickable link.
It'll be so large that we can only see the L or part of the L.
Exactly.
In the arc with you.
There's no arc because of the large font of 500.
It's too large.
Too large of an arc. Yeah, we
So
appreciate you, Jared.
So thank you to our brother, Jeremiah, who is part of the Rise and Shine family. We're so grateful he's here. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching all of season 1. We are so happy that you joined us for a little bit of time every week, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be in the early days on Facebook Live, or whether it be when you're driving to work, listening to us on Spotify or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. We really, really appreciate it. So on behalf of my good friend, Rex, and my good friend, Kayemee, and my good friend, Jeremiah, and my good friend, Roni. Okay, I don't know where Roni is, but anyway.
Oh, no, is she not?
I don't think she's there yet.
Wait.
Well, anyway, I'm just going to pray. I'm going to pray. But on behalf of everybody at Rise and Shine, thank you so much for listening and
Good
watching.
Morning.
See
you, everybody. Oh my God. I can't believe it's finally happening. Oh my God. I got this in the mail this morning, and I was like, it finally came. My Pulitzer Prize. Oh my God, I just need to take some time to thank you. I can't believe I'd get a Pulitzer for this show.
You know what, Ed?
Just reading the credits.
I gotta say, you know what?
It
would not be a Rise and Shine episode without without Veronica reading the credits. So,
I just feel so thankful that you guys would nominate me for the Palme d'Or award, and that this
we're not at a film
potted
festival.
Plant that has no leaves in it would be my prize, and also this complimentary bottle of vinegar in my swag bag.
The Oscars was just a couple weeks ago.
I just
Veronica.
can't. I need to thank everyone.
We've been thanking everyone for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, that was
Veronica. The best part of Rise and Shine would like to thank.
I'd
like to thank Blackout Curtains. I'd like to thank Wine Cube Wines. I'd like to thank the several stray cats that go by my window and hang out late at night. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you to Becky Sloan and Joseph Pelling. Thank you for the Nextiva grant. Thank you to the Korean place across the street who sometimes throws out perfectly good food. Thank you to
you
everyone.
Eat food that's been thrown out?
It's called veganism, Ed, and it's good for the environment. Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. I can't believe I won the BAFTA for this.
Don't you have any malls to congratulate, Veronica? Any malls to congratulate?
You're right. Thank you to the Solano Mall up in Fairfield, California, and the Sun Valley Mall in Concord, California. You guys, I remember when I went there and B2K was there, and then they had to shut down the mall, and then so I hid in the back alley, and I still got to meet J Bug, and he didn't recognize me, and I think there was
it's too bad we don't have an orchestra, because we'd have the orchestra playing in by now.
And lastly, I'd like to thank my future husband, Michael B. Jordan, and my future wife, Tessa Thompson. I can't wait to star in Creed 3 with you guys.
You're not.
Oh, wow.
To everybody who made that possible, and thank you to
You
the
are
fans.
not in that.
Wow, it's been a long journey. We'll see you guys
We
in
want to
season
know
7.
your favorite moment of Rise and Shine.
Wow. Wow.
She's
Drop
gone.
the mic right there.
And she's
wow.
gone.
And she's
Veronica's
gone.
favorite moment of Rise and Shine is Veronica.
Of course that is. Of course. Wow, Ed. You know what? Like I said, it would not have been a Rise and Shine without Veronica. We did not even say the credits this episode around. But we're not paying her. But it would not be It would not be
Wait,
complete.
you won't do if I need to say credits, then I'll say credits.
No.
No.
Stop it here.
Hey everyone, Rex here with Rise and Shine. Did you know there's not one, not two, but 3 different ways you could check out our weekly Rise and Shine episodes? New episodes drop every Tuesday on our YouTube channel at RiseAndShineFAC. And you can listen to the Rise and Shine podcast as you commute to work or walking your daily steps by downloading Rise and Shine wherever you get your favorite podcast. And lastly, you can always join our live audience tapings on Facebook Live, Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's 3 different ways you could fill up on your Rise and Shine diet every week. So please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at RiseAndShineFAC and watch new episodes every Tuesday, or download us wherever you get your favorite podcast. And thanks again for watching and listening to Rise and Shine.
Rise and shine. Hey guys, it's Ed. Thanks for listening today. And did you guys know that Rise and Shine is part of the FilAm Creative umbrella and that we're a registered nonprofit? And as a nonprofit organization, FilAm Creative depends on generous donations from fine folks like you to help us to continue to produce great programming like Rise and Shine. Please consider making a donation to help produce shows like Rise and Shine. Our Venmo is at FilAm Creative. That's at FilAm Creative. And if you don't do Venmo, but you still want to donate a few quid to us, then drop us an email at RiseAndShineFAC@gmail.com. That's RiseAndShineFAC@gmail.com, and we'll help you out. We at Rise and Shine appreciate your generosity. Every dollar helps.
Rise and shine! This is Kayemee. I hope you're enjoying the show. Did you know we have a mailing list? And did you know that you can contact us if you want to say hello to Ed, Rex, Roni, Veronica, or even me? Just send us an email at RiseAndShineFAC. That's one word spelled out. RiseAndShineFAC@gmail.com. Again, that's RiseAndShineFAC, all spelled out, @gmail.com. Join our mailing list so you can be the first to find out about the latest Rise and Shine news.
Hey, Rex here with Rise and Shine, and I want you to do something for me. Help support Rise and Shine by liking, subscribing, and following the show online. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, all under at RiseAndShineFAC. So follow the show on all social media platforms on all one word at RiseAndShineFAC. Thanks again for all the love and support, and tell all your friends about Rise and Shine.
Rise and shine. Hey everyone, this is Ed, and I got a question for you. Did you know that Rise and Shine is only one of the many things produced by FilAm Creative? That's right, FilAm Creative has been producing great stuff, like Rise and Shine, for over 10 years. If you want to learn more about the premier Filipino-American organization that has been the #1 advocate for the Asian American entertainment community for over a decade, then visit our website at filamcreative.org. That's filamcreative.org. Learn more about the organization that produces your favorite show, Rise and Shine.
Hi, this is Walter Boholst. I'm proud to be one of the co-founders of FilAm Creative and serve as a member of the board of directors. In case you didn't know about us, I'd like to share with you our mission statement. FilAm Creative Incorporated educates and advocates for the Filipino American entertainment community, and all looking for a collaborative workspace in order to achieve greater representation and career advancement. Although we're based in Southern California, FilAm Creative's reach can be felt worldwide. If you're interested in joining us behind the scenes to produce or promote our many programs and initiatives, visit our website at filamcreative.org. That's filamcreative.org. And contact us to learn how you can join our cause. For students, we also have internships available for you to gain valuable experience. Visit us to learn more at filamcreative.org.
Rise and shine. Hey guys, it's Ed. Thanks for listening today. And did you guys know that Rise and Shine is part of the FilAm Creative umbrella and that we're a registered nonprofit? And as a nonprofit organization, FilAm Creative depends on generous donations from fine folks like you to help us to continue to produce great programming like Rise and Shine. Please consider making a donation to help produce shows like Rise and Shine. Our Venmo is at FilAm Creative. That's at FilAm Creative. And if you don't do Venmo, but you still want to donate a few quid to us, then drop us an email at RiseAndShineFAC@gmail.com. That's RiseAndShineFAC@gmail.com, and we'll help you out. We at Rise and Shine appreciate your generosity. Every dollar helps.
Rise and shine! Hey guys, Roni here. I know my sister Veronica likes to mess with the crew, but we all really work hard to produce a quality program for you. Rise and Shine is produced by FilAm Creative in association with RAS Music Group and Millennius LLC. Rise and Shine is written, created, produced, and hosted by Ed Malillan and Rex Sampaga. It also features Veronica Canyeso, Kayemee Koyamko, and me, Roni Canyeso. I'm also our show's stage director, which isn't easy when you gotta keep Ed and Rex in check. And finally, our amazing technical director is Jeremiah Castro. Thanks for tuning in every week to FilAm Creative's #1 show, Rise and Shine.
You know, Rex, here's the thing. I love the that cool little thing that we have at the beginning of the credits on YouTube, but I kind of wish that we had our own theme song. What if in season 2 we did like a contest, Rex, where we could like have people submit potential theme songs and we could like get a theme song out of it for Rise and Shine? What do you think?
Wow, that's a great idea. We can solicit the community to submit their works to us, and you know, Rise and Shine, I think, is deserving of a theme song. So let's put this out there in the universe, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think, Roni and Kayemee?
Yes, we need a jingle.
Yeah, creative, step up. We're always singing anyway.
All right, so we want a theme song. Did everybody hear that out there in YouTube land and in Spotify? We want a theme song. Send us your samples.
Send us your samples to Rise and Shine and to FilAm Creative. You can get all of our social media platforms from our website or from our email or from our YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. So submit your theme songs, ladies and gentlemen, to Rise and Shine.